So the Genie has been assembled most of the way. I did break out the instructions for putting this thing together because I've never done one of these before. I did leave the chain loose. I'm going to see how it ends up working, and I'm going to say this is probably the worst part about putting this together was tightening the chain. You got this turnbuckle here, which you got to hold both sides of the chain, keep them from twisting as you tighten this turnbuckle, which, you know, it's just a pain in the butt. You know, it would have been a lot nicer had they done something more like this, like the Chamberlains have, but oh well. You've got plastic idler, which, you know, pretty standard. Genie actually uses a cotter pin instead of a bolt and nut for holding this on, and then you have your stop bolt here. You know, the trolley. Okay, so this actually has a lot less play to it than the Chamberlain square trolley does. It still has some, but the Chamberlain one is a lot more. But this one's plastic, you know. I do like on this one that the release lever points toward the door. The rail, it doesn't snap together like the Chamberlain rail does, which, at least that means I can take this thing all the way apart. But in a normal application, I'm not really a huge fan that they don't snap together. So I would prefer the Chamberlain's rail, the rail sections. I like those better than this. This is actually a good bit thinner than the Chamberlain rail too. Kind of get an idea on how that one is, and then come over here, see the Chamberlain's, how it's a good bit. Chamberlain's is thicker. As we come down to where the opener is, let me move this over here. So you've got the sprocket that goes around that little shaft on the top. You've got 2 bolts here and 2 bolts here on this strap to hold the rail in place. And then after that, got it wired up. Got your wiring here. Wall button hooks up to the white and gray terminals, and the sensors hook up to the red and orange ones. These are the sensors that come with it. Nothing special there. Just the normal Genie sensors. And then this is the wall button you get. It's just a basic 1 button. So this is a fairly basic operator. I'm going to do real quick here. I'm going to put in light bulb, and then I will install the lens, and then we're going to plug this thing in and try it out. So the lens, you just got 2 tabs on the bottom there, and then it will swing up, snap into place at the top, which got a bunch of wires in the way. Hold on. Alright, light bulb's installed, light lens is on. Let's go ahead and plug this thing in. Unplug the sears here first. And now we will plug this in. Hold on. Slide it over just a tad so that I can get the cord ready. It's got a 4-foot power cord, so. Wow, hold on. Alright, I'm really having a hard time with this. Let's actually plug it in here. Alright. So I don't have any indicator lights on yet. No lights on the sensors. What about the wall button? Wherever the heck I put that. It is. that's on. So, must have wired the sensors wrong or something. Let me try switching those around real quick. Alright, we're good now. I just had the wires on the wrong way. So, first thing I'm going to do here is set the limits. And again, haven't really ever used one of these before, so I'm going to just go ahead and see what we got here. So we start with the down limit. We're going to press and hold the down button until we get a light. Okay. And once that's flashing, you press and hold it until it's closed. Okay, that's good. And then you press the program set button. Both. Okay. Try that again. I don't know why. I end up having to tighten this chain a little more. There we go. Why am I getting red lights? I don't know. Let's try setting the up limit now. I'm gonna have to tighten this chain a little bit more. It's a quiet opener though. And then you have that. Alright, both lights are out. So, limits have been set. Let me flip this thing over. Actually, let me just close it first now. Alright, so it's a fairly quiet machine. Must have not screwed that light bulb in all the way or something. Alright, so go ahead and flip this over, go down there and show you how to adjust the chain on this. Actually, you know what, first things first, I'm going to fix that light. I've got the bulb screwed in all the way. I got a feeling I just have to pry up the little tab at the bottom of the light socket. There's just a little copper tab in there. Just going to bring that out. And then try it out from there. So plug it back in. Line up my sensors. And just see if I get a light. Oh, huh. Guess I gotta screw in the bulb first, don't I? There we go. Alright. So just had to pull that tab out. Get that shut. Alright, put the lens on, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so adjusting the chain on this thing is really not the easiest thing to do in the world. But you've got your turnbuckle and your two lock nuts. This takes a 7/16 wrench, so the first thing that we're going to do is loosen our lock nuts. Just turn them up toward the ceiling. And then you're going to have to take a pair of vice grips and hold one end of the chain onto the rail here. Keep that from twisting. And then you turn your turnbuckle. This is kind of hard to do with one hand, but you're just going to basically, I believe it's... Let's see which way it is to tighten the chain here real quick. Alright, so to tighten the chain on one of these, you just turn the turnbuckle up. So this is about the right chain tension here, so once you do that, you're going to retighten your lock nuts. Actually, it might be easier if I do this side first. I don't know. This is hard to do with one hand, but you got to turn these, get these tight against the turnbuckle, And again, to tighten this, you turn it up and towards the ceiling, and to loosen it, you turn it down toward the floor. Alright, once that's done, you can just go ahead and re-engage your trolley here. Alright, so next, we have our remote control here. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. They say that this should be pre-programmed, so I guess we're going to find out if it actually is pre-programmed. Alright, so here's the remote. It's model G1T-A, and then you've got your little clip for it. Just slides in. Whoops. Slides in. Yikes. Can't do this right. Slides in on the back there, and then pull out this little tab here. This is hard to do with one hand. And we'll see if the remote is pre-programmed. There we go. Yeah, that runs better with the chain tighter. This does not have a soft stop, by the way. It doesn't have a soft stop. It just, that's the one thing, because that's kind of a harsh stop, especially being a DC motor, that it doesn't coast at all. So obviously for your safety sensors, when you're closing the door, if you block it, it just goes back up. It was pretty quick to respond to the sensors. We'll close it using the wall button here. Yeah, so it seems like a decent opener. It's quiet. Even the one that actually says the Genie name on the box, it's basically probably around $150 if you include tax. It's not a bad deal. It's quiet. It's a really small head tube, but it's basic. The one thing or not the one thing, but the things that I'm not really a fan of on this, I'd say mainly the way that the chain is adjusted. This is just, to me, I don't know, it's just kind of, in my world, not the best system, but maybe some people find it easier than me because they put these together more often. I did have to bend out this tab in the light bulb and the light socket to get the bulb to work, and that's really the only problem that I had with this. Setting limits was pretty easy. Remote was pre-programmed, so overall, not a bad opener. Definitely one that I would not mind using. Any regular viewers that are watching this, it is eventually going to go up on my door. And what else? Oh, one more thing to show for my regular viewers. This came in yesterday. Overhead door, 4-button remote, model ODT 904. Absolutely beautiful. Very, very rare. So I now have both a GT90-4 and an ODT 904. This battery cover is not for this remote, by the way. I stole it from one of my other GT90 remotes, just so that you kind of see what the whole thing looks like. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Anyway, that is the Genie model 1035. We'll do just one more run of this one. Here we go. See over here all the various parts and stuff that I didn't use. This is the installation bag. It's got the door bracket and stuff. No need to open that. Did not open the bag of staples. Didn't open up the sensor hardware. But yeah, so that is the 1035 back down. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this opener. And we'll see you guys in the next video.